Good morning, students. Sairam. Let us learn another example of unseen passage in composition subject. So, let us understand how to solve an unseen passage. What is an unseen passage? We will try and understand first. Unseen passage means a complete and detailed understanding of the passage. Complete means you read the passage slowly, you understand each sentence given in the passage, and that is known as detailed understanding of the passage. The main purpose is to test one's ability to grasp the meaning of the given passage. Yes, once you understand what is given in the passage, what is the main purpose, for us to understand what the passage is trying to tell us about or what the passage is about. So that is, it is grasping the ability to grasp the meaning of the given passage, how much you have understood by reading the passage and how much you have understood what is the passage about. That is the main purpose. Understanding of the passage helps to answer the questions asked on the given passage. A passage is always followed by questions based, within the answers are hidden in the passage only. So once you understand the meaning of the passage given to you, you will be able to solve the questions based on the given passage. So understanding the passage is important first, and then it will help you to answer the questions based on the given passage. Now, what are the two simple tips which you have to follow while solving an unseen passage? First one is read the passage slowly and carefully. Very, very important. Whenever you read a passage or whenever you read anything, you should always read it slowly. If you read it fast, you will not understand a single word what is given in the passage. So you should always read the passage slowly and carefully so that you understand what is the passage about. Second, understand the meaning of each sentence in the passage. What is a passage? A passage means many sentences are combined together and a passage is made. Now a passage always tells you about a particular thing. Means suppose it is the passage is about Diwali, okay, Diwali festival. So everything about Diwali festival is given. There is no mixture of two things in it or three things. It is stuck to one particular thing, and it is the detailed history of that particular thing is given in that passage. Okay, so for Diwali festival, so everything about Diwali festival, when it is celebrated, how it is celebrated, where it is celebrated, what things you do on Diwali, everything of Diwali is given in that passage. So there is no mixture and there is no confusion of many things together. Like suppose Diwali is also given, other Christmas is also given, Eid. No, one particular thing means it tells about only one particular thing. Okay, so once you understand the main topic, that what is the passage about, then you can connect each sentences, all the sentences together, and you can understand the passage in a better way. Now we'll see an example of the passage given here. The question will be asked in this way: read the following passage and answer the questions given below. Okay, I'll read the passage slowly so you understand. The Tulsi plant, also known as basil, is very common plant in Indian households. So here we are talking about Tulsi plant. Okay, it is a medicinal herb, we all know. Okay, Tulsi plant is also known as basil. Scientific name, you can say it is basil. Okay, or in English it is known as basil. Is very common plant. We all know what is Tulsi plant. Majority of us must be having it in our house. We must, and we do puja of that plant. Yes or no? In Indian household. So in India, the Tulsi plant plays a very important role. It has an important place in India. Okay, it is the most sacred of all the herbs found in India. Sacred means holy. Okay, so it is the most holy of all the herbs. See, there are so many medicinal herbs. There is neem. Okay, there are so many plants which are medicinal, but among all the herbs, tulsi is the sacred, is the holy of all the herbs found in India. It has been used in India for more than 5,000 years. So tulsi, the Indian people know tulsi from when? 5,000 years. So imagine, from so many years tulsi plays means it is used in India for so many years. Okay, 5,000 years is too much, and we can't imagine what how much we can't count also. 5,000 years. Okay, there are three variants of tulsi. Variants means types. Okay, first one is Rama tulsi, second one is Krishna tulsi, and third is Vana tulsi. So how many types of tulsis are there? There are three types. Okay, three different types of tulsi. One is Rama tulsi, second is Krishna tulsi, and third is Vana tulsi. The plant is widely popular in South Asian countries. So it is popular, or it is widely being used in which country, in which part of the country? It is used in South Asian countries. Okay. The extract obtained from the plants is used to cure various diseases. Very, very important. Extract means the juice, or you can prepare powder from the leaves of the plant, whatever, but the extract obtained from the tulsi plant is used to cure various diseases. Okay, it is used to cure numerous diseases such as common cold. We get cold and cough, that is common cold. Inflation, okay, like breathing problem, malaria, heart diseases, skin care, if you have any skin rashes or any skin irritation problems, tulsi works wonderful on all these things. Okay, it cures that particular disease. Dental care, that is your teeth and your gums, it makes your teeth and your gums strong. Okay, and many more. So many more means there are various kinds of diseases which can get cured by the tulsi plant. Have you understood? So that is why it is known as a medicinal herb, and along with the medicinal herb, it is also considered as holy plant or sacred plant of India. Okay. Now have you understood the passage, and what is the passage about? The passage is talking about the tulsi plant. Okay. Now let us see the questions based on that given passage. First question: name the three variants of tulsi. Variants means I just now told you types. So there are how many variants? There are three variants. Okay. See in this passage you can see the answer. The first line itself. Okay. From there are three variants of tulsi: Rama tulsi, Krishna tulsi, and Vana tulsi. Okay. Can you see that in the passage? So we are going to write the answer in the same way. Rama tulsi, Krishna tulsi, and Vana tulsi are the three variants of tulsi. Okay, you'll answer in full sentence. Now second one. Which is the most sacred herb of India? We all know. Which is the most sacred herb of India? Tulsi is the most sacred herb of India. Okay. Now next one. Third question. Where is the tulsi plant widely popular? Means where it is famous, or where it is being popularly used. We'll search in the passage. Is it in this passage? Is it in this para? No, it is in this para. Can you see the last point? The plant is widely popular in South Asian countries. So same way we are going to write the answer. We don't need to do any changes there. So your answer number 3 is the tulsi plant is widely popular in South Asian countries. Okay, now number 4. Give opposite of the word uncommon from the passage. Very, very easy. So what is the opposite of the word uncommon? So what is the opposite of the word uncommon? We'll find out in the passage. It is in the first para, second line itself. Can you see this word common? So common is the answer. Common, uncommon. Okay. So we'll write the answer as, uncommon. Okay, so your answer is common. And the last one, name any two diseases mentioned in the passage. So you have to name any two. There are so many diseases mentioned in the passage, but you have to name only any two. So I have given you malaria and heart diseases. Okay, you can write of any of your choice. Okay, so have you understood, children? And see, there are for you only 5 questions will be asked of the passage. Okay, from the passage. So practice. Now what I'm saying, listen to me carefully. Practice the same passage as homework. You can take this as homework and write the questions, and then you can search the answers on your own. Okay, don't look at the answer first. You write the answers first on your own, and then you can check from this. So practice in this way. And another way of practicing unseen passages, you can take any of the books which is available at home, like story books or any, whichever our textbooks also of various subjects you can take, and you can mark 10 or 15 lines. Okay, 10 is also enough, or 15. Okay, 10 to 15 lines from that given book. And then you can, tell your parents or tell your elder brother or sister, if anyone, to make questions and give for you, and then you can find from the passage, and you can solve the unseen passage in this way, and then you can get it checked from someone. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me too. Okay, and thank you, children, for listening to me carefully. Goodbye, take care.